Hi everyone, I'm Julian Beech. I'm Business Development Director at Green Fuels. We're based down in Gloucestershire. We are the, we'll go backwards. We're the world's leading distributed scale biofuels company. We have equipment is installed in 80 countries on 5 continents, and if all the equipment that we've sold since 2003 was currently operational, we've done an annual production capacity of 420 million litres. And we reckon 5 million tonnes of CO2 emissions offset. We also have a research company called Green Fuels Research, which has successfully applied for £9 million in grant funding, researching into innovative feedstocks and advanced biofuels. We've had grants from Innovate UK, from the EU's Horizon 2020, among others. So we're changing the way we do business. We are now going into the biofuels business, and we intend in the next 5 years to be producing ourselves with owned and operated plants in supply and demand driven hubs around the world, around about 600 million litres a year of biodiesel and advanced biofuels. Those fuels will be principally for road, aviation, and for marine. We will produce drop-in fuels. One will be sustainable aviation fuel, which we produce using our own hydroprocessing technology called Sabre, and marine fuel. These are both drop-in fuels, HVO for marine, both drop-in fuels, which is important because we're talking about, we believe, the cheapest, fastest route to decarbonising heavy transport. In the short term, at least, we don't know what's going to happen with technology over the coming years, but as things stand at the moment, that's what we do. So these are some of the drivers for marine and for aviation. The numbers are pretty much self-explanatory. I won't go into any great detail on that. Interestingly, HVO can run, which is hydrogenated vegetable oil, can run at 100% blend. It has exactly the same characteristics as diesel, so we can, and there's no need for modification of aero engines or marine engines, or indeed delivery infrastructure. So again, it's the cheapest, quickest option to decarbonisation. So what about a possible commercial application? So looking locally, we have Humber LEP's zero carbon announcement by 2040. We've got half a dozen pretty major ports around here, several airports, including Robin Hood, East Midlands, and so on. We've engaged with Humber LEP, and I see Richard there. And our idea is to get into an agreement with the fish processing industry here, which is huge, and convert fish trimming waste into advanced biofuels and road fuel. And also possibly some distributed scale power generation as well. And we're working with Bioganics on that. An interesting thing which I read about just recently is the Humber-China freight corridor. Has anybody heard about this? Taking stuff to the Baltic, and that sounds like an interesting opportunity. And we will shortly be announcing a contract to convert transformed fallen salmon stock, which is a significant percentage of the farmed salmon actually dies before it's able to be filleted. Tender's been approved, and we're waiting for the final announcement on that. And also we have the Industrial Strategy Challenge Fund, and interestingly, just take a look at Humberside as the highest CO2 emissions out of these industrial clusters. We will be making a grant application for this to research into commercial feasibility of the fish processing, processing fish into advanced biofuels. And that's our roadmap for a potential project here. And this is what we think would be the outcomes within 5 years. So jobs, 7,000 tonnes of renewable fuel per year for use in marine, aviation, road, and distributed and off-grid power gen, nearly done. 12,500 tonnes of waste removed from the environment, boosting feedstock collections, which are all probably already established here, and 100,000 tonnes of carbon emissions saved. Significant steps towards zero carbon for the